Well, hello guys, this is Paraleo and it's time for the second ending, the Pact ending, the honorable ending and the lore ending or the canon ending, whatever you might wanna call it. And I think it's the actual ending that was supposed to happen because there was so much struggle and I don't think anybody would have backed out of this pact, honestly, like it happened in the other ending. Uh, the trolls being what they are are hard warriors, so I don't think they would have backed out of the pact, even for the first blood. All right. Now let me tell you what I did. I already played through the end of it on hard. Now we are going to do it on Circle Mage. It's a tradition of mine that I have kept. I played the last RTS battle in Spellforce 3, Soul Harvest also. Over there I played it with all the races available, so it was humans, dark elves, dwarfs. In this one we only have the trolls. Yeah, so in order to get to this point, because of the dialogue decisions I have taken in the first playthrough, I was actually at 7 lone task versus 5 shield of the tribe. So I had to replay a few missions in order to get them equal, so the chief has the last say. So in this one I can actually play both endings, but in the original one I couldn't play the pact because every decision I would have made, Noag would back out of the pact and it would force the chieftain to back out also. But in this case the chieftain has the last word and he can decide. And actually it was a good thing that I didn't kill off Nerbok. It seems we are getting a very strong warrior. Alright. And yeah, I think I made good decisions in this one, but in order to get this here I had to replay I don't remember exactly. Yes, I had to replay from the dragon, yeah, from the dragon or from the dwarfs, I don't know, because I did it 2 times, because one time I forgot to upgrade my base because I was in a hurry, so now it's a bit foggy. But I did have to replay a chunk of the game. Yeah, not a big chunk, but 3 or 4 missions. Yes, so let me show you what else I did with them. Yeah, I actually went and bought that goblin soup. I bought it for all of them because I had over 150,000 cash. So that thing is really cool. It gives +1 to each type of stat. Yeah, so strength 1, dexterity 1, so. Basically it's like what? Let me show you. It's like what this does. Yeah, except you consume it once and you don't think about it after. Okay, and let me just alright. And I took a good look at the legendaries in this playthrough. I spent about an hour checking out items on the entire list. And I decided, yeah, this one I noticed in the other ending also, so this one was a must. Sadly I didn't read the description right the first time I saw the weapon and I didn't use it. Yeah. I didn't craft a legendary armor for this one. I still think this one helps it more. Yeah, it actually synergizes with the weapon because you can hit faster and you can create summons faster. Alright, so I would say this one is better than the legendary. I gave him this to keep him alive more. Alright, what else? Let's get through everybody quickly and then we go. I don't have a trinket for him. I don't think I could craft something, but we won't really need it. Yeah. Let's go. For this guy, I gave him Nerbox, Helmet of Mercy. Okay, after it got cleansed, you can actually cast abilities, and it's actually better. See? Alright. I think it works with this weapon that I crafted for him. This will see some use during the mission versus the orcs. We'll see how it fares, because I haven't gotten to play with it. But I think this applies to flyers also. So let's say you kill a flyers, the others around it should take damage, but I don't know the range. So okay, so I crafted this one for the chieftain, only for smaller parts in the fight. Actually put some points into this one also. Yeah, in the two-handed skill tree. All right. For this one, you don't actually need all three of them for the story in order to get through the story, but I think it's good to have it at level 3 if you are playing on this branch. Basically, the teleport is a must, especially in the final mission, I would say, because otherwise it's a bit hard to move around. And yeah, let's go back to the weapons. For now we are starting with a hack stick, and we'll see, we will go from there. Yeah, actually every configuration is good for me, the dual wield and the range stick, but I just don't wanna leave a Noag in front to get all the damage. No. Now what else? So we talked about Zaska. For the Moonblood I crafted his legendary armor, and we dropped the this that I have been using since I found it at that mission with the slaves. Okay, where we liberated the trolls. And this is the first time I'm using it, so I don't know if it's actually that good, but it should be good. So if I use the taunt, some of the people that gets close to him should be knocked out, should be knocked back and knocked out for a while, so he should theoretically get less damage. Alright, and because I had to dismantle the heart of the golem, which I found it to be a very good item, but I just had to dismantle it to craft Grumph armor. Okay, this one I haven't used, so theoretically it applies unstable totems to the summons. I think it would work with if you have played it as a necromancer. Basically the undead would start detonating. But in this case it will only detonate the totems that get destroyed by the enemy. I also have all the collection from the high priests on him, so theoretically we should be able to kill titans in one casting. We'll see if it does all the damage to them though. We will have the chance. Alright, what else, so we don't get this through too long. Yeah, so I also crafted this one, but I still have the original weapon that I found very nice. Okay, 103 damage. I would say this theoretically does a lot more damage than this one, but this one also siphons health and focus from the target, so now win some, lose some. Yeah, we'll see how this fares. I could actually switch them up in the middle of the fight. Now I think I covered everything I wanted. Alright, so let's get on to the story. Yeah, I didn't play the mission on Circle Maze, so we are going to split probably the episode at the beginning of the fight, just in case I fail a bit, because I want to complete the Chieftain challenge also in that in this playthrough on Circle Match, even though it doesn't give any rewards in this mission. It was a big surprise, but well, we are epic heroes over here, so
What should he do?
yeah. Now let's go. I'm gonna click on everything, even though I clicked on the discussion before the Pact in the other episode. Let's do it again.
Let Zazka get a proper look.
What a beast. A demigod indeed.
There is no time for talking. Cast the hex and put it back together.
I was just about to.
What happened?
I don't know. It's gone.
Gone.
Yes. The field dog's energy, the hex power. I had it and was trying to fuse it back together, but then it just vanished. I don't understand this, Chieftain. I studied this spell for years and...
Is he telling them he killed it? Sarek's cub is dead?
I told you I don't know. Norse claws, I don't understand this myself. I did everything right. I tapped into the Archfire, and then I...
He failed! That is what the stranger did. He failed! Grungwald told the chieftain, Brittle Bones cannot be trusted. Let Grungwald crush him, chieftain. Let Grungwald crush him here and now. He deserves it. He should... This one is alive. They heard that? Is this him? Is this Zarek's cub? A cub? Yes, this one believes you could call them that. So, you are this one's saviors, are you not? Interesting. The Moonkin have lived here for moons. Zarek's cub knows them not. Oh yes. This one knows the trolls. He just did not see. But he sees it now. Their weak flesh. This one sees it sharp and clear. How can it be the moon can hear it? Is this some sort of hex? A hex that goes into their minds? The tiny meatbag is right. This one is speaking out through their minds. That lump of flesh between their skulls. Why worked the stranger's hex not? It should have brought the cub back to life.
I'm wondering the same thing.
It did not work because this one's flesh has grown too weak. 2 centuries this one has been this way. 2 centuries torn into pieces. This one had a plan, yes. But the human he chose to take him out of here was too weak. So here this one lay, decade after decade, the bond between his limbs growing ever weaker. And now that his flesh is finally rejoined, it has grown too weak to hold his spirit. It's pathetic. The human he chose. Speaks the cub of the chieftain of this place, Hierophant Ishara. Ishara, yes. She was weak in the mind, but strong in flesh and magic. So this one thought she might be able to hold him. She was not. So Zazka was right. The cub drove the Brittle Bones mad, so they would kill each other. Yes, the Lightlings. They think their noble spirits make them so high and mighty. Yet that is why they will ultimately succumb. softness, love, hope. Where there is virtue, there is the seed for corruption. Strength is untouchable. Hope is good. Crumple always say so. Look. The Firstborn's blood has a weak spirit. Disappointing. Everything seeks to survive and to grow, but only the strongest will. This is the law. This is the struggle. This is the cycle.
So the cub is saying, what? That his body has become useless?
Yes. However, this one knows of the troll struggle. The human hunters, the orcish slavers. The scales are not tilted in their favor.
Then the cub knows why they have awoken him.
This one does. And this one also has the strength they seek to cure the rot in the troll's dying blood and to crush their predators like the meatbags they are. Were this one's flesh not useless, he would do it.
So the stranger was right. The cub truly knows how to cleanse the Moonkin's blood so they can give life again?
Of course. Life and death, growth and decay. All powers that come from the same source. This one can purge the troll's blood, and they will be strong again.
Where did the cub's powers come from? From Zarek, like the Moonkin's hexes come from Mugwa.
The tiny meatbag is brazen, comparing this one and its sire to a god that does not exist. Yes, this one's magic comes from Zarek. But like Zarek's, this one draws it from the same place all beings do. Like the trolls do too.
What is he talking about? What place?
The Archfire. He's talking about the Archfire, the source of all magic.
The Dark Elf speaks the truth.
Said the cub just that Mugwa exists not? She gave the Moonkin the power to speak and to cast hexes, and she has protected them for centuries.
That is what this one said, because it is the truth. The Guardians and the Renegades exist, but Mugwa, the goddess of the trolls, is but a mirage.
Nonsense. Chieftain Narjak Firstborn was her chosen. That is why his flesh did not grow older.
So that is what your chieftain told you. Your chieftain was immortal because he was a firstborn, a prime specimen of your race. It was Zarek who gave your chieftain his immortality, and he passed part of it on to your vicious little moon blood. Curious he wouldn't tell you this. Then again, every race has its own little story of why they are the chosen ones. So this one should not be surprised.
This is... Quiet, Grungmar. They have no time. If Zarek's cub knows why the Moonkin summoned it, then he also knows the Moonkin tribe is fighting the Chainers and the Hunters right now. Is there anything they can do to restore its body?
There is. This one is grateful for what the trolls did. So this one hoped there would be another way. But because the flesh is so weak, there is not.
Then say it. Whatever it is, the Moonkin will pay the price.
This one needs to perform the sanguine ritual at an Archfire vein. And to do this one needs a new vessel.
A vessel.
Yes. This one's old flesh is dead, and it will stay dead no matter what they do. The only way to survive is to form a new body at an Archfire vein.
vessel, what will happen to it?
Death. He knew it. Zazka knew it.
What is an archfire vein? What is he talking about?
There are many words for it, but in essence, they are places where bits of archfire magic seep through. Imagine a giant bright flame buried under layers and layers of rock. That is the archfire, the source of all magic. Veins, where the rock is particularly thin, allow mages to tap into that power. There are several of those on Io, but the most prominent are the ones where the Godstones struck Io, the blue crystal comets. Like that shrine where you buried your chieftain, Magwa's cradle, or the one in the Red Meadow.
Listen to the Dark Elf.
The stranger speaks of Magwa's blood drop, the stone she blessed.
So your people believe, yes.
No, there must be another way. The Moonkin have his body. Can they not just take it to this vein so the cub can resurrect it there?
This one told them. This flesh is dead and useless. By bringing the parts together, they allowed this one to mend his spirit. But that is all. The only way for this one to return to the world is by forming his body anew. That is why he needs a vessel to take his mind to a vein. The tribe for the blood for the tribe. Grunwa understands. Chieftain Akrog, let Grunwa make this sacrifice. He will offer his body to the cub so they can save the Moonkin.
No. This is beak shit. There will be no more sacrificing. Rot it. They know not even if what this thing says is true.
Gave Zaska not his blood for the tribe just moments ago? They heard the cub. There is no other way. Please, Chieftain, let Grunwa do this. Grunwa has lived far too long, and his old hide has long been a burden for the tribe. Let him... Weak. What? You are weak. The Hierophant's body cannot hold this one's spirit, so there is no way your old and useless flesh could. And the same goes for the Chieftain and the Worm-Eater. The Firstborn's cub could. The chance is still small, but it could.
He means...
Noag. He is talking about your brother.
Grunwar. Noag is the last troll of the Firstborn blood. If he goes, then it will be forever lost. And Trollkind might never be strong enough to stand up to the Greenskins or Brittlebones again.
There are other ways. It is true, this is horrible, and it would break Grunwa's heart. But all the Moonblood of the world is not worth leaving a whole tribe to slaughter. Grunwa is so sorry, Moonblood, but there is no choice. How very true indeed.
There is one thing Akrog understands not. If the cub is so powerful, why must it even ask? Why seizes it not simply what it wants?
If this one had flesh and its full powers, then maybe it would.
There they have it. This thing cares not a bit for the trolls. It only wants to get its will.
Nonsense. If that were so, it would not have even told the Moonkin that the vessel dies. You are both right. This one never claimed to care for the trolls, but this one did not lie either.
Knew the stranger this was going to happen. Lied he to the Moonkin?
What? No. How?
He did not. Not even this one knew a vessel would be needed if they rejoined his flesh. But this is how it is.
Grunwar, Zaska, what think they of this?
Zazka said it already. No, they will not sacrifice Noag over some vague promise.
If they sacrifice him not, they sacrifice all of the Moonkin.
Grungwar says this as if he knew the cub was speaking the truth. Maquazetters, they know what this thing does. It lies, it deceives, and it kills to get its own way. And even if it did not, they will not sacrifice Noag. Not him. Sasuke is so sorry, Noag. They are confused. All of them are.
Pathetic.
What?
All this time, it was Zaska who pushed the chieftain to awaken Zarek's cub, no matter the price. So many kin died, but no, he always said it was for the greater good. And now that someone he loves should die, it is suddenly a problem. Why even pretend this is about the cub's lies, Zaska? The Brittlebones have a word for people like him. It is hypocrite.
Oh, look who is talking. If Sasuke is not mistaken, it was Grungwar who said that there is no way of knowing if a spawn of Zarek would honor a pact, and that he has no love for Trollkind. And now?
Ah, now they are here, and this is their last chance to survive. Ah, rotted Zaska. Grungwar had so much respect for him, and now this. But Grungwar's faith lies with the chieftain. He will make the right decision.
Rotten right he will.
Zarek's cub has lied and tricked the Brittlebones who lived here. How can the Moonkin know he lies not to them too? What if he takes Little Blood, lets the Moonkin resurrect him, then disappears?
Rotten right.
Tell them. How know the Moonkin the cub would honor its pact?
You do not. Loyalty is for the lightlings. Loyalty creates weakness. Then again, they share the same sire. So this one will keep his promise.
Maybe they share the same sire, but Zarek has no love for Trollkind. They were always stronger than the Greenskins, yet he let them make trolls their slaves.
Wrong. The trolls let the orcs make them their slaves. Zarek is struggle. Zarek is strength. Did they really expect him to favor one creation over the other? The trolls are weak. That is why the orcs dominate them. It has nothing to do with favor. So no, this one bears the trolls no malice. Just like Zarek. If they strike a pact, this one will honor it.
So he says. Rot it. This thing is a liar. Can they see it not?
Akrog understands not. Why could he not hold the cub spirit? He is strong and young. He can take it.
Yes, you are strong. Just like the Brittlebone priestess Ishimura was. But it is simply not possible. This one is a god. You are mere meatbags. Only the Firstborn's blood can contain this one, and even he could not do it for long.
I think he's telling the truth, Chieftain. I'm powerful, and his magic would kill me in an instant.
But... Noek. Akrog knows not how to put this, but... How feels he about this?
Wait a rotten moment. Is Akrog seriously asking his little blood whether he wants to rot and kill himself? Noag is not even old enough to hunt. He understands not what is... Noag understand.
He does?
And if it take Noag blood to save Big Blood, Sasuke, Grumpf, and Kin, he do it. He will. But... No, I trust Big Blood. Big Blood always make a right choice. So he make this one too. That is true. He always does. And that is why he will not even consider this nonsense, right?
Little Blood? Akrog never told him how Sire died, no?
A brittle bone throwing spike hurler crush him.
Akrog never told him. He and Nurbok were there too.
Trusted one, no.
That throwing spike. It would have killed Akrog and Nurbok too. But their sire caught it with his body so they could live. At first, Akrog hated himself, and a part of him always will. But before his flesh died, Narjak told Akrog that it would have either been his life or that of Nurbok and Akrog.
Tribe for the blood, blood for the tribe.
It is true. Anuk, Zaramak, Julog, Zat, all the others. This is the only way they can save them. Akrog would pay the price himself. Believe him, he would give anything so he could. But he cannot. Not this time.
No, no. Zaska will not let them do this. It's all right, Zaska. Big blood right.
At his service.
So it will be.
No, he cannot do this. Noeg.
Is he?
Of course he is dead. He is dead because that rotten, foul-tusked, stupid thing killed him!
It was the only choice.
Rot his stupid choices! How could Trusted One do this? How could he? This was Noag by Mugwa. This was his same blood.
Akrog knows. Rotted thinks, Saska, this was easy. Akrog never...
Wait! Something is happening!
Little blood.
No. Zarek's fangs. To draw breath again.
Fascinating. It took him over.
Little blood. Is he?
Dead. Most of him, yes.
What does it mean, most of him?
That his soul is still there in the back of this one's mind. But it will extinguish once the sanguine ritual is completed.
Is that certain?
Yes.
Little blood. Is he?
Dead.
What?
That is so.
Is that?
Yes.
So it worked. Little blood. Little blood can hold the cub spirit for the sanguine ritual.
It should, yes. This is strong flesh, meatbag. Strong flesh pulsing with firstborn blood.
How rotten good for him. Zaska will tear his tusks out. Zaska will...
Try it.
Stop it, Zaska! Noag is gone, Zaska, and he wanted this.
Big shit. Akrog wanted this, and Noag was too young to understand. His same blood made him do it, and Grungwar wanted it too. But that is just what Grungwar wanted, no? Everything for the rotten tribe, even if it means butchering their own cursed kin.
Look, I know this is none of my concern, but perhaps now isn't the best time to fight. Your moonblood is gone. Nothing can change that. All you can do is make his sacrifice count.
He is right. Nothing left to do, but hope the cub keeps its end of the pact.
This one will.
Maybe Noag's body with the cub spirit would be enough to crush the hunters. Maybe there is no need for this sanguine ritual.
The meatbag still hopes he can save his brother, does he not? No. This vessel is powerful, but it is still only a troll. This one will need his true form to unleash the destruction they seek. And even if it were different, the pact has been struck. There is no undoing it.
Akrog understands. What now? The cub said it needs an archfire vein for this ritual. So must they go back to Mugwa's cradle?
This is what this one suggests.
Actually, there might be another way. I searched the Blackheart jungle for veins before we met, and there are 2 more on Urgarth that I know of. You've been to one of those already.
The Red Meadow. Where is that other one? Closer to here than Mugwa's cradle.
Not closer to here, but closer to where your tribe is fighting the Chainers and the Hunters as we speak. It's at the northern coast. If we perform the Sanguine ritual there instead of the cradle...
Then less time will be lost traveling. A good idea.
Then they will march for the coast at once. There is nothing left in this place. Akrog has spoken.
A few words were spoken as the 5 figures marched through the jungle. Think, Akrog told himself. He should be thinking, agonizing, brooding over whether his choice was the right one. But he could not. His mind was as dull and silent as the temple they had left behind. Just 3 thoughts crept in, over and over. Reach the coast, resurrect the cub, save the tribe. That was all that mattered. The sun had risen again when Zaska jerked up a hand and stopped. Listen, he said. Fighting. And it was close.
They hear that?
Fighting.
Quick.
Okay, so I have 1 goal for this mission, 1 extra goal. I wanna keep the named character alive. Okay. Alright, and let me show this. So because he is possessed, he gets maxed out everything except for the intelligence. Alright, +1 because of the goblin soup. Now let's hurry.
Akrog is listening.
Let's hurry and
They messed with the wrong tribe.
okay. We did it. Let's heal them a bit. Yeah, so I don't know why they gave them to us, but alright, let's talk to them.
Chieftain Akrok Bone Crusher? Is that him? Or are Cabrax's fat eyes failing him?
Not at all.
And here Nurbok thought that cursed temple had eaten them. He sees no cub, though. Means this, the cub is right here. Mugwa's. What?
The chieftain will explain. He will explain everything.
So, the Moonblood has gone into the Moonlit River.
Not yet, but he is on the threshold.
Well, Cabrax knows not what to say. He is sorry, Chieftain. This must have been a terrible choice. And Chieftain Akrog made the right one. Noag Moonblood will be remembered as a hero.
The rain that has fallen is with the ground. Now, tell him about the battle. How many enemies are they facing? And knows Anuk of this archfire vein the stranger spoke of? The blue crystal, like the blood drop.
Ah, he does. But they talk in the tribe camp, Chieftain. Come, follow Anuk. There is Greenskin eyeing troops on the way, but that is nothing the Moonkin cannot handle. The Greenskins crushed the bridge Anug and the kin used to come here. But there is other way.
Let them march then. It's time for the Moonkin to fight.
So, Grungwar and Nurbok fight side by side once more. Almost like in the old days, no?
It will never be like in the old days again, Nerbok. The bond of trust has been shattered. Come, Chieftain. Let them march.
Okay. I need to be very careful. In fact, let's leave these guys over here. Let's only take Nurbok. Oh, they are following us. Those guys disappeared.
May Magmar bless
I
this
didn't
at your
think to use
service.
that.
Grunwa is here.
Head towards certain doom. Sure, why not?
Pathetic. And you call yourselves the Chosen of Zarek.
There will be many more. Come with him, Kin. There will be time for answers later.
What now? Ready. He's needed.
We can't call out a Titan in this one. At least I don't think so.
Akrog is listening.
Yes.
That was all of them. Come with Akrog. They are headed for the tribe camp.
They will regret hurting him.
Come on, boys.
Smash, smash, smash! What is needed of him? What
Okay.
now? What now? He is ready. Some good can come from death. Ready for action.
Okay, let's save the last group. Let me check if we have something over here, because I don't remember. This one is not usable from this side. Yes, sir. Over here. Okay,
What can he do for the tribe?
let's save the others, the other group.
Yes.
Going now.
Wait, Chieftain!
Oh.
Chieftain Akrog!
Okay, I forgot that they are not attacked. I was ready to do some damage. But here we have the pig. Yeah. Let's talk to him. Let's talk to him.
What now? More trouble?
Mugwa's piercing tusks! Zaramak think Chieftain dead! He think they all dead!
They are not. What are Zaramak and the Scrappers doing so far from the tribe camp?
What they do best, of course. Look for scrap to use for guarding camp. There are much of it here in jungle. From old to new. How endearing. Zaramak, guess? What's wrong with Moonblood? He looked different.
There will be time for explanations later. Join them in the tribe camp, Zaramak. They have a battle to plan.
Akrok speaks true. Before they go, though. Rotted. There is no good way to say it. Nurbok is still a traitor. He took control because it was the only way to save the tribe. But now that Akrok is back, wants Akrok Nurbok to stay and fight, or to go back into a cage. Nurbok will bow to his word.
They're fighting the Chainers. Will Nurbok...
Be loyal? That Akrok must ask that. Shows Nurbok how far he has fallen. Nurbok has had a lot of time to think, Akrok.
And he will be loyal and fight. To the last breath.
This battle needs every warrior it can get. Nurbok will lead the guarding until the sanguine ritual has been completed.
Understood. Sharp tusks and thick hide, chieftain. Oh. And cub. Crush those cursed rot tusks. This tribe has bled for it.
Good. Now to the tribe camp.
Alright guys, we will finish up this episode over here because there is a long way to go for this mission. So thanks for watching and bye bye.